Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining me again this week. This week, starting off, this is the 3-week fill mark of the Builder in a Bottle from ORLY that I did last time. And I'm actually pretty impressed with it. There was a little tiny hairline crack on the stiletto nail that I did. I tried to show it to you here, but it was so small. It was really hard to see. It happened probably at about 2 weeks in, and I just left it. I didn't glue it. I didn't do anything, and I ended up being fine. Didn't break. So yeah, I was actually really impressed with this. So first, I just want to take off the color and show you the amount of lifting that I got. I did find there was a little bit more lifting than normal, but I was also really hard on these nails. I did everything with them. I picked labels off of things. I constantly was drumming them on the desk. I really wanted to put this product to the test. So a little extra lifting, but all in all, pretty impressed with this product. So as always, going into the fill here, I'm going to change my shape this time. I'm going to go to more of a square shape rather than the rounded. So filing the free edge first into the rough shape of what I want, and then going through and removing any product that is not bonded to my nail anymore. I prefer to leave product bonded to my nail if I can, and I don't like to remove it if I don't have to. It just helps protect the natural nail, and it makes less work for you, a faster service time for you. So just going through and doing that on all 5 nails here. And now, if you remember these surgical dust brushes that we had, the company went out of business, we couldn't find them anymore. We did end up finding a replacement for them. They're not quite the same, but they're actually really nice. They're one-sided, but the bristles are really, really soft on these, and they feel really nice on your hands. So these are kind of our replacement for those old double-sided brushes that we had for dusting off your client's nails. Then I'm just going to shape my nails a little bit. This is the metal MBI file. I know most of my Watch Me Work videos, I pull out the Light Elegance files, the finish files, but this one's a good alternative. The Light Elegance files are a little bit pricey and they are one-use files, so this one is nice to use on natural nails. It doesn't rip the natural nail at all. You can file back and forth. It works really well. And it is fully sterilizable as well, so that's always a nice option for you too. And I just like to get the shape of the nail before I start applying, because then I'm applying less product at the end of the day and I am just working with the actual shape that I want. So giving those a good cleanse, and of course starting off with Nail Basics bondage. As always, you can do 2 to 5 coats of this stuff. If you have people that are problem lifters, you can try 5 coats. Anything more than 5 is just a little bit redundant, but most people are really good with 2 coats. You'll know that you have enough when the nail still looks sticky to the touch. And coming in with my Pro Round brush and first and last, I forgot to film the top of the first and last, but that is the product that I'm using here, and just pillowing all the way around the entire nail and brushing through the center to give me that nice base bonding gel. Now to apply my flex, I am actually going to use the Young Nails Master Gel Brush. Our Kolinsky ovals are no longer available, but we are coming out with something new, so keep an eye out for those in the next couple months here. But for now we have this, and I wanted to take the time to show you how I go about seasoning a sable bristled brush. I don't find synthetic really needs the same kind of seasoning, but with the sable brushes, the casing that encases the bristles so that they stay looking really nice before you buy them, if you just break that casing, you can actually break the hairs of the brush itself, and then you'll have problems with hairs fraying out and whatnot. So I just soak in after wipe to break that casing down, and then give it a wipe on a nail wipe, just a dry wipe, and then taking flex, or you can do it with First and Last or really any thin clear gel, getting a nice big bead on the brush itself, and then just working that gel through the bristles. So this is seasoning your brush. It's getting gel worked into the brush so that when you start working with the gel on the nail, the brush isn't just absorbing all of that gel. And then once you have that worked into the brush nicely, you can just give it a little wipe with a moist nail wipe, and you're ready to use your brush. And then filling with flex as I normally do, of course working the support bridge first, and then bringing the product down the nail. With a square shape, I don't find that you need the apex to be super far back as you would with an almond or a stiletto or something a little bit longer. A short square, your apex can be just right behind your support bridge, and that's kind of, in my opinion, the perfect placing for it for this type of nail, and it looks really, really natural once you get a color on there as well. And I'm actually just going to jump back to my ring finger here. I had a little corner that was missing after I went from the round to the square. So using vanilla, this is our kind of neutral colored white, just to build that corner. I like to use vanilla because it looks natural, so when you look at the nail from underneath, there's not a clear spot missing. And when you put color over top, if you use white, sometimes it kind of shows through. The vanilla doesn't show through at all. And then of course finishing that nail off with Flex as I have with all the other nails, and giving that a full 2-minute cure. And Nail Basics is a UV only system, so regardless of what style of light you're using, you're going to want to do a 2-minute cure. After that 2 minutes is up, giving your nails a really good cleanse with some after wipe to neutralize that inhibition layer or that sticky layer of gel, and then coming in with the Erica's diamond file to do your perimeter shaping. This file is really great. Again, it's fully sterilizable, and it's quite hard, so it doesn't bend much, so it's really good for perimeter shaping to get nice straight lines into your nails. And then as always, I like to do my shaping with my electric file. I use the Erica's MT20. It's, in my opinion, one of the nicer machines on the market. It has a positive feedback motor, so the harder you press with the bit, it doesn't matter, the machine doesn't slow down, so you can use it on a little bit of a lower RPM than some of the other machines out there, and it doesn't slow or drag or lag or anything, and you just have that nice consistent speed. And I always start off with an arbor band. I like the zebra bands. There's lots of options out there for whatever you like. And just getting the basic shape into the nail taking out any extra bulk or any weird spaces that I don't like. And then coming in with the diamond cone, just to get rid of that little bit of an edge from adding my corner onto my nail here. That way I don't have anything to pick at and nothing to get caught on things as well. And then before I move on to the next bit, I like to use a white file just to get that perimeter shape exactly where I want it. We have these new moon files. They are a 100-180 grit. So for this particular shaping here, I like to use the 100 grit. And then finishing everything off with the crosscut barrel. So the crosscut barrel is a diamond bit, again, fully sterilizable, and it's really great for smoothing out the nail. You can use a buffer block instead, but I like to use my crosscut barrel. It's just easier on my body. Don't have to spend quite so much time trying to buff the nail smooth. And then we have these two new bits, the brushy bits. So there's the small and the large. I'll show you both of them in action here. The small I found really great for cleaning up dust like in the growth channels and around the cuticle area. And the big one is good for the same thing, but it actually gets the whole nail and you can see the fine dust on the nail getting brushed off of it. So I did really like both of these, but we do have these both available now, and I think they're a pretty great addition to all of your bits. And then as always, giving your nails a really good cleanse with some after wipe, just drying and dehydrating that nail, and you're all set up for some nail art.